Hi friends, welcome to Chair Yoga. I want to start by introducing myself. My name is Mary Smith. I am a 500-hour certified yoga instructor with the Yoga Alliance. I've been teaching for 4 years. I have about 800 classes under my belt at this point, and I'm so happy to be with you today. A little bit about my story as to how I came to yoga. About 16 years ago, I had a fall down the stairs where I did some damage to my low back and lived in constant pain. I had 2 pregnancies after that incident that just wore on my low back and made it almost unbearable to even complete daily tasks. So I had dabbled with yoga here and there before that point, but in 2019 is when I really started to get into yoga and found that it provided relief for my low back issues to where I wasn't needing to go and have any medical intervention at that point. So it's been a lifesaver to me and allowed me to have a better quality of life than I would have had without it. And I hope it brings that to you as well. So why chair yoga? So chair yoga is yoga that has been modified to be done with the assistance of a chair, making it more accessible for more people. It's very beginner friendly, and it's also very friendly to those who have limited mobility. That being said, if the pose doesn't work for your body, that's great, that's fine. Everybody is different. Every body is different. Do what you can, leave what you can't. If you feel pain, sharp pain is bad. We need to learn to listen to our bodies. So if you're feeling sharp pain, it means you're trying to take your body somewhere where it's not ready to go. However, if you feel dull discomfort, maybe hang out in the pose for a little while and use some of these breathing techniques that we'll be learning throughout these classes to see if you can breathe through the pain and release whatever issue you're feeling in that part of your body. Chair yoga and yoga in general helps to build flexibility, it helps to build strength, and also mental clarity. In today's class, we'll be working on our posture, as well as our breath awareness, and doing some gentle movements. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I'd like to start by talking about our posture a little bit. So throughout the day, we tend to either be hunched over a computer, working on a computer, or just sitting in general, which is not what our bodies were meant to do. If you think about it in the past, our bodies were meant to be up and moving and working for a living, gathering the things we needed to survive. But we've become a very sedentary being. And so our bodies need us to work them and to help improve our posture. So in today's class, I want you to focus on your posture and how you're sitting as we're moving through these poses, otherwise known as asanas. That's the Sanskrit name for it. So we're going to bring our attention to our pelvic girdle to start. So the pelvic girdle is shaped like a bowl. I'm going to grab my sound bowl over here so I can demonstrate for you. So our pelvic girdle is set up like a bowl, and the bowl can either tip forward. This is called a posterior tilt, or it can tilt backwards. Ooh, let me take that out. It can tilt backwards, creating an anterior tilt. Actually, this would be posterior. This is anterior. Let me demonstrate in my own body for you. So an anterior tilt is when your tailbone flips up and your booty pops out. That is what's known as an anterior tilt. A posterior tilt would be when you drive that tailbone down and flip the pubic bone in the front up. That is a posterior tilt. We usually want to work, unless otherwise cued, with a neutral pelvis. So somewhere in between that anterior and posterior tilt. We want to be right in the middle there. So now that we've got that square, I want you to come to an easy seat on your chair. Find that neutral tilt in the pelvis and just sit up nice and tall. Maybe your hands are resting in your lap or on your knees, whatever is most comfortable for you as we get started this morning. I want you to bring your eyes to close, and I'm going to put you through a little breathwork exercise. So in yoga, any form you do, the breath is the most important. In yoga, we call the breath the prana, which is the life force, because if you stop breathing, you stop living. So the breath is the most important. It comes before any pose. If you can't breathe in the pose, it means that you've gone too far and you need to back it up until you can find that breath again. So come to an easy seat, bring those eyes to close, hands resting in the lap. We're going to start just by coming into our breath. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. And exhale, let it go. Now, when you're doing these breaths, I want you to imagine that your lungs and your diaphragm and belly are like a milk jug, and you're trying to fill, or a water jug, and you're trying to fill that jug up. So when we fill the jug, of course, it starts at the bottom and it works its way all the way top. So we want to start from the bottom of our belly and fill that jug up all the way to the tippy top of our lungs. So let's do that again with that imagery in mind. Big inhale in, belly first, low lungs, top of the lungs. And exhale, let's sigh it out the mouth. Emptying that jug up, starting from the top, working your way all the way down to the bottom. Beautiful job. Let's do that again. Big inhale in, fill up that jug. Exhale, let it go. Again, deep inhale in. Exhale, let it go. Now we're going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to count to 4, and I want you to inhale for a count of 4. And then we're going to exhale to a count of 4 as well. So here we go. Deep inhale in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful job. Let's do that for a couple more rounds, taking those inhales through the nose and let the exhale come out the mouth. Here we go. As you inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Beautiful job. We're going to move on and add to that. This time we're going to inhale for that count of 4. We're going to hold our breath at the top for a count of 4. And then we're going to exhale for a count of 4. And we're going to repeat that 3 times. Ready? Here we go. As you inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Beautiful job. Adding on for one last time. We're now going to inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 4, and at the bottom we're going to hold that exhale out for a count of 4. Now, a lot of people have problems with holding on the exhale where their mind starts to get crazy. Just know that you can do this and that that breath is coming soon. Try and keep that brain and that mind from wandering and getting all excited. All right, here we go. As you inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time, inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. Let's return back to that normal breath, taking deep inhales, deep exhales. Our breath is very important. It helps to regulate our nervous system. So we have two systems that are involved here. We have our sympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for our fight, flight, freeze, or fawn mode. And then we have our parasympathetic nervous system, which tells our body, hey, the danger is over, we're great. So as we take that deep inhale, that's when the sympathetic nervous system acts and it says, something's coming, I have to be ready for it. But when we take that exhale, that's when the parasympathetic nervous system kicks in and tells us, hey, calm down, everything's okay, we're all right. So as we lengthen those exhales, we're telling our body that it's okay, that to calm down, that there is no danger. So really focus on making those exhales as long as your inhales, or maybe even a little bit longer, especially if you're feeling stressed out or anxious. All right, let's begin our warm up. We're going to start, again, feet are flat on the ground. And we are going to start with some neck and shoulder warm-ups. So first thing I want you to do, eyes can stay closed or you can open them. It's up to you, whatever feels best in your body. This is your space. I want you to feel comfortable and feel like you can do whatever you need to do. So we're going to start by just taking our chin down to our chest. So with an exhale, begin to lower that chin down to your chest. Feel the stretch through the back of the neck. Staying with those nice, easy breaths. Feeling the shoulders droop down a little bit, but still sitting nice and tall on those sits bones, neutral pelvis here. Keep your chin down to your chest, and I want you to take your right ear towards your right shoulder. Letting that head tilt off to the side as the chin lifts away from the chest. Just letting gravity do the work, feeling the stretch through the left side of your neck. Big inhale here. And as you exhale, bring that chin back through the chest. So a little quarter circle here. And then with your next inhale, roll that left ear towards the left shoulder. Another thing that you'll learn about me through this series is that, like all yoga teachers, I do have a problem distinguishing my left from my right. But we work with what we've got, and I'll do my best to correct myself if I get it wrong. Just ask you to hold space and be a little lenient with me. The classes that you're getting here are very much like the ones I teach in person, so you get my personality. No fancy editing happens on these videos. Just me. All right. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, roll it back down, bringing that chin back to center, to the chest. All right, let's move a little bit faster into some half circles here. So with an inhale, roll that right ear towards right shoulder. Exhale, take it back through center, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale to the right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, back through center. One more time each side. Inhale, right. Exhale, center. Inhale, left. Exhale, center. Beautiful job. Bring that chin back parallel to the earth. And if your eyes were closed, go ahead and open them. We're going to move into the shoulders a bit now. We're going to start with simple shoulder shrugs. So as you inhale, I want you to pull those shoulders up towards the ear space. And as you exhale, drop them down. Again, inhale, shoulders towards the ear. And exhale, let them down. One more time. Inhale, shoulders to ears. Exhale, take it back down. Adding a little bit more movement. Let's begin to move those shoulders into shoulder rolls, going forward first, starting on the right side. Right shoulder forward, left shoulder forward, right shoulder forward, left shoulder forward. Right, just like you're swimming in a pool, but we're not getting our arms involved right now. We're just working with the shoulders. Swimming really isn't my forte. I never had lessons as a child. What I learned was taught because my older brother threw me in the pool when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and it was either sink or swim. All right, let's take that the other way. So leading with the right shoulder rolls back, left shoulder rolls back, right, then left. Do this a few more times on each side. Remembering to breathe, that nice, easy, steady breath, maybe finding a rhythm. Beautiful job. Give them a little wiggle and come back to center. Now I want you to flip your palms up so they're resting in your lap here. We're going to work with our fingers and into our wrists and then get into those arms as well. So palms are face up, and we're going to simply take our thumb and touch each of our fingers in turn, starting with the pointer finger, moving to the ring finger, or middle finger, sorry, and then the ring finger, and then the pinky finger. Release that and start again with the pinky finger first, then ring finger, middle finger, and pointer finger. Going back, pointer finger first, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. Repeating that again, pinky first, ring, middle, and pointer. One last time, pointer, middle, ring, and pinky. Pinky, ring, middle, and pointer. Good job. Take some finger flips. Work that out. Get those wrists warmed up. Beautiful job. Let's take some wrist circles now, rolling them in one direction. There's always a wonky way. Apparently in is that for me. All right, taking the opposite way. Beautiful job. Now take your arms out to the side, turn those palms up, make a big fist, and then roll your wrists towards each other. We're going to do Popeye hands, so bring those fists towards the shoulders. And as you exhale, keep those wrists in. As you unfold the arms, finally wrists last, and spread those fingers nice and wide. Make a fist again. Start to roll those wrists in, elbows, palm or fists come to shoulders, and then stretch it back out. Finally, the fingers are last. Rolling those fingers in, wrists come in, Popeye arms. And take it back out. Beautiful job. Let's reach those hands down, grabbing the edge of the chair. We're going to work on our seated mountain pose, also known as Tadasana. I will be mixing in the Sanskrit names so that you can get used to them, so that anywhere you take a class, even if it's not in English, if they're using those Sanskrit terms, you'll know what you're doing. So this is seated Tadasana. Our feet are about hips width distance apart. If you're not sure what that is, take your two fists, bring them together, and put them between your knees. That is hips width distance. So our hands are drawing down to our sides. Those palms can be facing the body, or they can be facing the front of the room. Your shoulders are rolling back and down as your chest puffs forward. Your feet are firmly planted on the ground. Everything is lifting all the way from that pubic bone. We're pulling in those muscles that we use in the flow of urine to stop the flow of urination. We're pulling all of that up, like we're holding in that urine. And then we're pulling our belly to our spine. What this does is it activates everything in our core here and makes us sit up nice and tall. This is our seated mountain pose, nice, strong, and sturdy. We'll revisit this again later in standing so that you can get what that feels like as you're standing. The pelvis is neutral here. Those low ribs are hugging in. Beautiful job. Let's take a big inhale here. And exhale, let it go. Again, big inhale in. Exhale, let it go. Okay, keeping the lower body exactly as it is. I just want you to raise those arms out like you're making a letter T with your body. Now we're going to take that left arm and we're going to wrap it underneath the right as we bring opposite palm to opposite shoulder. Giving ourselves a bear hug here. Squeezing it in, feeling the stretch through our upper back, maybe dropping chin to chest. Two more breaths here. As you inhale, begin to unwrap those arms, send them out to the side like a letter T. And this time we're going to go the opposite way. So right arm comes underneath the left as opposite palms come to the shoulders. Again, tucking chin to the chest, pulling those shoulders forward as we stretch through that upper back. Staying with that easy, steady breath. One more breath here. As you inhale, begin to lift that chin up as arms go out to the side. And exhale, bring them down to the side. That left hand is going to grip the under part of your chair. And as you inhale, I want you to send your right arm up towards the sky. With an exhale, we're going to lean to our left, keeping that right sits bone on your chair. Using that left hand to sturdy you. You'll notice throughout these videos that my eyes are usually closed when I'm in the pose because I'm feeling into my body. Getting in touch with each little muscle. Feeling it out. Thinking about what it needs and how it's feeling. All right, inhale, bring that back up. And exhale, that right hand comes down to the chair, the side of the chair. Grip it with that right hand. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And with an exhale, take that left hand over to the right. Remembering to keep that left sits bone pushing down into the chair so that we get a nice full body stretch through this left side. Fingertips reaching up and over. If you're feeling any pain in the side, either on the right or the left, it probably means that you've gone too far into this side bend, and maybe you should back it off a little bit, bring yourself a little bit more upright. Those muscles aren't quite ready for a deep side bend yet. One more breath here. Inhale, bring it back up. And exhale, that left hand comes back down to the side. Now we're going to do a move called Urdhva Hastasana, which simply means upward hands. So as you inhale, take both hands high overhead. And exhale, bring them back down to the side. Always moving with that breath. Inhale, arms reach high. Maybe that gaze looks up towards the hand. And exhale, bring it back down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms reach high. And exhale, bring those hands back down. Beautiful job. Moving on into our cat-cows in this seated position. Cat-cows, the Sanskrit names are Manjariasana and Vitilasana. These ones are hard to say, so I normally just say cat-cow, but I did want to make you aware of the Sanskrit names for these poses. So I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see what my body is doing here. We're going to work a little bit more with that pelvic thrust, anterior and posterior. We're going to move through that, but I'm going to turn to the side of my chair so you can see it. You can stay facing forward. Oops. Move my water bottle out of the way here. So again, feet or hips width distance apart. Our hands are resting on our knees or on our thighs. And as we inhale, we're going to lead with our chin, and we're going to start to lift that chin towards the ceiling. As we do this, our hands on our knees are going to help us pull our chest forward. And that tailbone behind us is going to begin to flip up, finding that anterior tilt. Stretching through the front side body here. You might feel a little pinch in your mid to upper back. That's perfectly fine. And as you exhale, again, leading with the chin, begin to bring chin to chest as you round through the upper back, maybe trying to bring those shoulders to touch as you tuck that tailbone over, coming into your posterior tilt. All right, inhale brings you back through that cow pose, chin up, chest forward, tailbone flipping up behind you. And exhale into that cat pose, rounding just like a scaredy cat. Inhale through cow. Exhale through cat. One last time. Inhale through cow. And exhale through cat. Returning back to that neutral pelvic girdle. Sits bones firmly on the mat, back to that seated mountain pose. Beautiful job. Now let's move on a little bit more, and we're going to add 3 movements together. We're going to add, do the upward hands, and we're going to exward and bring them down. And we're going to add a little bit more on. We're going to take those side stretches to each side, but then we're going to come into a forward fold. A water bottle might be handy to help you bring the floor closer to you if your hands don't reach the floor, or if you have a yoga block, that would work as well. But most people don't have yoga blocks handy. That's why I suggested a water bottle. And if you need to pause to go grab something to help you, be my guest. I'll be here waiting when you get back. All right, here we go. As we inhale, those arms are going to reach high overhead. As we exhale, that left hand is going to reach for the side of the chair. Inhale, reach those right fingertips up, reaching a little closer to the ceiling. And exhale, take it over to the left. Inhale, bring it back through center. As that left hand reaches up, exhale, bring that right hand down. Inhale, left arm reaches higher up. And exhale, lean it to the right. Inhale, back through center as the right hand reaches up to meet the left. This time as we exhale, we're going to hinge from our hip creases, reaching towards the earth or to that water bottle. Legs, maybe take them as wide as your chair so that belly has room to drop between the thighs. Let the head hang heavy here. We're going to hold this first one for 5 breaths, feeling the stretch in our low back. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Two more breaths. As you inhale, we're going to find a half lift. Maybe palms come to that water bottle. Maybe they come to the shins or to the top of the knees so that we can really use those hands to pull our chest forward. And exhale, come back into that fold. And this time as we inhale, we're going to rise all the way back up to that seated position with arms reaching overhead. Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, bringing those hands back down to the side, finding that seated mountain pose. Let's repeat that again. As you inhale, arms reach high overhead. Left hand grabs the left side of your chair with an exhale. Inhale, right arm reaches higher. And exhale, take it off to your left. Inhale, breath brings you back through center as left hand meets the right overhead. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Inhale, left fingertips up. Exhale, take it off to the right. Inhale, breath brings you up as the right hand meets the left. And as you exhale, hinging forward, bringing those palms towards the floor or towards your prop. Inhale to half lift. Maybe those palms come to the knees. And exhale, fold it back down. Inhale, rise all the way to that seated position. Urdhva Hastasana, arms overhead. And exhale, hands back down to the side. Last time, inhale, arms reach high overhead. Left hand grabs the left side of the chair. Inhale, arms reach high. And exhale, take it off to the left. Inhale, left arm reaches up to meet the right. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, reach those left fingertips. Exhale, take it off to the right. Inhale, back up as right hand reaches. And exhale, finding that forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, rise to that Urdhva Hastasana, seated hands lifting. And exhale, hands down to the side body. Beautiful job. That was a modified Sun A that we can do in a seated position. Moving on, I'm going to move my water bottle out of the way here. We're going to move on to some leg extensions. We're going to start with just the legs, starting with our right leg first. We're simply going to kick that right leg forward, lifting the heel off the ground, maybe straightening through the leg. It depends on your mobility. And exhale, lower it back down. Always moving with the breath. Inhale, lifts that left leg. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, down. Let's take that 3 more times on each side. Inhale. And exhale, moving with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last time each side. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So if you notice, my hands are on my hips, which is perfectly fine. It's getting my core more involved in the work. If you feel like you're a little wobbly in this posture, maybe you reach down and grab the edges of that chair. But very much keep that core engaged. So again, find that neutral pelvis and then pull in those muscles that you use to stop urination up. And then pull that belly to the spine. Get that core involved to help you lift that leg up. We're moving on. We're going to continue with the leg lifts, but we're going to add in some arms. So we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. So as our right leg lifts, our left arm is going to go out in front of us. Or maybe you even want to take it overhead. It's up to you, whatever your mobility is in your body. So again, engage that core, get it involved in the work. And as you inhale, you're going to take that left hand and right arm or right leg up. Exhale, bring it down. Switch sides. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, down. Do it again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. 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 Last time each side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down. Beautiful job. Maybe take a couple rounds of that cat-cow again. I'm feeling it a little bit in my lower back, so I just want to loosen that up a little. All right, finding that neutral pelvis once again, we're going to take some twists. So how we're going to start is that left hand is going to grab the left side of the chair again. That right arm is going to reach up overhead. Now we're going to move across the body like we're making half of an X. So we're going to take that right hand and bring it outside the left knee. We're going to take a big inhale, making sure we're pulling everything up. Engage all those muscles that we've talked about so much in class today. And as we exhale, we're going to bring that left hand and reach it towards the back of our chair. Again, big inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to twist from your belly using both of your hands as a counterpose to give you the sturdiness you need to do the twist. Maybe that gaze goes over your left shoulder. Beautiful job. Push that right knee out towards the left hand to keep it from falling in. One more breath here. As you inhale, I want you to start with the head first. So bring the head towards the right shoulder to start. And then as you exhale, once again, undo that twist. bringing hands back to the lap. Taking that on the opposite side, so that right hand is going to start by reaching down for the bottom of the chair as the left arm goes up above the head in with an inhale. And as you exhale, once again, making half an X, bringing that left hand outside the right knee. Big inhale here, lift up. And as you exhale, take that right hand and grab the back of your chair. Again, big inhale, pull that belly button in. Everything's lifting. And as you exhale, begin to twist, pushing that left hand into the right knee as your gaze goes over that right shoulder. Big inhale. Big exhale. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale brings that head back forward. Exhale releases that twist as you come back through center. Great job. We're going to move on a little bit. And again, I'm going to turn to the side, but I'm actually going to move my chair around. Move this bowl before I break it. I'm going to turn this chair around so that you can see what I'm doing. So the next pose we're going to do is a seated chair pose. And it's a little different because normally in a regular yoga class, our chair pose would mimic the act of sitting down in a chair, but there's no chair behind us. So what we would do is our knees would bend, tracking towards the toes as our hips would begin to sit down and back. And then we would reach our hands overhead, which I don't know of anybody who does this when they're sitting in a chair, but it's just what it is. Hands reach overhead and we hold it here. Again, our pelvis is neutral. We're not sticking that booty out and we're not tucking it over. It's in a neutral position right in the middle. But you can do it this way if you have the accessibility because the chair is always there if you need to fall. However, if you cannot hold here, if that's too much for you right now, we're going to work on doing it in our chair. So we're going to mimic the act of standing up, but we're not going to stand. So our feet are firmly planted on the mat. Our ankles are directly underneath our knees. And we're going to lean a little bit forward and we're going to take those arms overhead. But at the same time, we're going to push into our feet and act like we're trying to lift our bottom off of the chair. So we're engaging those leg muscles, we're engaging that core. You'll get the same feeling, just with the chair underneath you to support you. So let's try that together. So feet are hips width distance apart, those knees are stacked directly over ankles. We're sitting firmly on the chair. Lean a little bit forward, pull that belly into the spine, lift everything up, and then take those arms overhead. Now push into your feet and act like you're trying to lift your bottom off of that chair. Big inhale here. And exhale. Do not hold your breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One last time. Big inhale. And exhale, relax everything. I'm going to turn back. Actually, you know what? We're going to move to standing. So I'm going to leave my chair turned to the side. You can leave yours in front of you so that you can put both hands on. I just want you to be able to see what my knees are doing here. So we're going to come to a standing position here. Again, we want our feet to be hips width distance apart. Those two fists, if you put them together, you should be able to see the outsides of your feet. That is hips width distance. We're going to do our standing Tadasana or standing mountain pose now. So feet are firmly rooted into the mat. You're pushing through the big toe pads of your feet and your heel. So you've got 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're pushing through all 4 of those points. And I apologize for dirty feet. The plight of a yoga teacher. Always being barefoot. Push through all 4 of those feet. I want you to lift your kneecaps up towards your hip points. This engages your thighs, and then push those thighs towards the back of the room. Again, finding that neutral pelvis. So your pubic bone is pulling up as that tailbone is gently drawing down, but not to the point where you're in that anterior tilt. You want that neutral pelvis. Everything is zipped up and pulling up through here, and those low ribs are pushing down, engaging this core. Moving on to the shoulders, roll them back and down so the chest puffs forward a little bit. Chin is parallel to the earth. This is your standing Tadasana pose. If you need for balance, that hand or both hands can grip onto that chair. Beautiful job. We'll stay here for just a moment. And exhale. Feel the body engaged and strong. All right, let's take those arms overhead, finding that standing Urdhva Hastasana, upward reaching hands. And exhale, bring them down. Again, maybe one of your hands stays on that chair for support. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, bring them back down to the side body. Last time, big inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, down to the side body. Now it's important when we do this upward hands that we're not pulling our rib cage forward, causing a bend in our back. We want to keep everything tucked in, and the shoulders are the only thing that comes up. So the core is very much engaged, doing the work with us here. Only take your arms as high as you can without losing that core. Very important here. Okay, let's move on and work on our balance a little bit. So we're going to start, we're going to move into those leg lifts we did seated and then add on to it from there. But first, we're just going to start by working with shifting our balance from side to side. Again, you're probably facing this way, which is fine. We're going to start by just stepping that right heel forward, making sure that we have everything stacked here on the left side with ankle underneath the knee, knee underneath the left hip under left shoulder, everything in a straight line to find our balance. And then maybe we begin to float that heel off of the floor. Maybe we only use one hand. It's wherever you are at, working with the body that you have today, which is going to be different than the body you had yesterday, and it's going to be different from the body you have tomorrow. Maybe it's better, maybe it's worse. Our bodies are at a different spot every day, and we just have to learn to work with what our body is giving us in that particular day and to treat it with kindness. Always treating our bodies with kindness. Never talking bad about it. All right, lower that right heel back down to the earth. Let's take that on the left side. So that left heel is going to start by coming forward. It's still on the ground at this point. We're just finding our balance here, making sure everything on the right side is stacked. Once you have that, maybe you start to float that left heel off of the ground. And finding that balance, using one or both hands to support, or if you're at a point where maybe you can lift it off. Beautiful job. All right, let's bring that back down to the ground. Shifting back to the right side. This time, we're going to take that right heel forward, just as we started before. We're going to lift that heel off of the ground. Now we're going to begin to bend the knee. Maybe that thigh comes parallel to the earth. Maybe yours is a little lower. Again, it's okay. It's your body. Your body is different than my body. Now we're going to lower that down to the earth. Moving to the left side again. Left heel comes forward to start. Float it. Maybe that knee bends, leg lifts a little higher. Stay active in that floating foot. Either flex or point. This helps get that floating side, the muscles involved, engaging that glute muscle and your hip flexors. All right, lower that left foot back down. We're going to add on a little bit. And after the knee bend, we're going to start to open it out to the side. So starting on the right side, first things first, shift weight into the left side. Step that right heel forward. Float that heel off of the mat. Now bend the knee. Now let's begin to open that right knee out to the right side. Maybe you have your hand there to help you, to help support that leg, or maybe yours isn't so high. Maybe it's right here. Maybe both hands are on the chair. All right, let's bring it back through center and lower that right knee down. Taking that on the left side, left leg straight, heel on the mat or on the floor to start. We don't have mats today. Float that left heel. Bend into the left knee. Open that left knee out to the left side. Bring that left knee back through center and exhale, left foot steps down to meet the right. We're going to add on a little bit more to that after we open out to the side. We're actually going to bring the floating foot inside the standing leg to find our vrikshasana or tree pose. So let's move on to there. So starting on the right side, shift all that weight into that left leg. Right heel comes forward. Beautiful job. Float it up. Bend that knee. Take it out to the side. Now bring that right foot inside the left ankle. Hold it here. Bring that right knee back forward and lower that foot all the way down. Switching sides, left side, weight shifts to the right leg. Left heel comes forward. Float it up. Bend the knee. Open that left knee out to the left side. Now let's bring that left foot inside the right ankle. Knee is still pointing out to the side. Bring that left knee forward and lower that left foot back down to the mat. Walk in place for a little bit here. Beautiful job. We've made it through the hardest part of class. Now we're going to do the cool down, coming back to a seat on our chairs. Sitting up nice and tall, not leaning against that backrest. Mine doesn't have one to help remind me. If you want to get your own, I got this chair at Walmart for $13 and had my husband break out his handy tools and just take the back off. It makes it very handy for you and portable. It's very light. All right, so sitting up nice and tall, finding that sitting Tadasana once again. We're going to start by just taking a forward fold once again. Big inhale here. And as you exhale, forward folding, belly comes between the thighs, maybe using that water bottle or whatever prop you have to support. And just letting that low back release once again. Couple more breaths here. All right, inhale, let's come to a half lift. Exhale here. Maybe those hands are on the knees. And with your next inhale, push those hands into the knees. and come all the way back up to that seated position. We're going to do the seated version of a half split now. So that left knee is going to stay bent, left foot firmly planted on the floor, and we're going to bring that right heel forward, just like we were doing when we were standing. We're going to take a big inhale here. Once again, maybe we're going to use that block. Don't know why I moved it. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to start to hinge from those hip creases, reaching forward. We should feel a stretch in that right leg, in the back of the calf and in the hamstring. Maybe hands are resting on that prop, or maybe you're down even further, just letting your upper body dangle wherever you're at in your mobility today. One more breath here. Inhale brings you back up to that seated position as you bring that left foot back down to the earth. Taking that on the left side. So right side, the foot stays firmly on the ground as you reach that left heel forward, straightening through that left leg. Big inhale, nice and tall in that seat. And as you exhale, hinging from those hip creases, reaching towards the earth or towards your prop. Let that head drop. Let it hang heavy. Maybe that chin comes towards the chest. Flex those left toes back toward your body. It'll increase the stretch that you feel through the back of the leg. Inhale, rises you back up through center. As you bring that left foot back down to the earth. I want you to walk back so that this time your back is resting on that backrest behind you. We're heading into our Shavasana pose. But first, we're going to do a little bit more breath work here. So in Shavasana, we work on relaxing every muscle. But to calm us down and make sure that that breath is nice and calm, we're going to focus on the breath again. So rest your hands comfortably in your lap. Again, bring your eyes to close. Take a deep inhale in through the nose. Remember that water jug that we did earlier in class. And exhale out the mouth. Empty out that water jug. Again, deep inhale in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale in. Exhale, empty. Returning back to your normal steady breath. Maybe those hands stay in the lap, or maybe they dangle to your side. Eyes are still closed. We're completely relaxing our shoulders. They're down. Our arms and our hands are relaxed. Feet are light. Shavasana. Clearing our mind of any thoughts. If thoughts come, recognizing them, and then putting them on a little shelf in the back of your mind to revisit later. Returning to this present moment. If those thoughts keep coming and you find that your mind is getting active, maybe bring your focus or your attention back to the breath. Counting those inhales, or maybe just saying in your mind, inhale, exhale. Coming back to the body. Deep inhale in. Exhale, let it go. Eyes flutter open. Hello, my friend. Bring your palms to touch and thumbs come to the center of the chest, the heart center. Now bring your thumbs to the space between your eyebrows and repeat in your mind, or maybe out loud, kind thoughts for myself and others. Bringing those thumbs to the lips. Kind words for myself and others. Hands to the heart center. Love for myself and others. Thank you for joining me for this chair yoga class, and I look forward to seeing you again in the future. From my heart to yours, namaste.